It's not long now. Also, I really can't take this slow-moving image of him from left to right seriously. It really gives me ineffective battle charge vibes. Hello, my fellow hunters. It's February, which means it's time so very soon for the final Base Wilds update. And while it's true 'tis bittersweet, today we're going to focus on the sweet, because it's going to be a good little hurrah before we go on stasis until Master Rank rears its terrifying head that will then kill and wear. In any case, I don't just want to go over what we're in store for, though of course I will do that, because there is a lot of little things that might not come to mind in the face of the headline that is AT Arkveld, but I think there might also be some shenaniganry afoot, some little secrets that may come to the fore, extra new stuff that we don't know about. Yes, and look, let's be honest, with the recent performance patch turning the game around for so many people, we can finally just be unreservedly excited for an update, knowing that it's not going to be hampered in some way for some people by performance, which is really cool. Still bad that it took this long, but absolutely excellent that it is now in a definitively smooth state for the vast majority. Obviously talked about this at length recently, so I won't hammer the point home, but that is really good, and it definitely helps to stoke the flames of hype for this final little title update 4.5, a la Primordial Malzeno update, as I want to call it, because it very much does feel like that final Sunbreak mini update. Though, of course, an Arch-Tempered's not quite the same as a full-on new variant, but heyo, it's not too far off either. In any case then, yes, what are we actually in store for, and when? Well, the when is easy to answer first, because it's literally on the roadmap, the 18th of February. So with that week's event quest update, weekly reset, etc, we will be getting the event quest for AT Arkveld, and like all the others, it'll be permanent. That's all well and good. So he'll have his super cool fight, and then he'll bring some super cool armor. The thing with him, though, that's really exciting is Arkveld is tied to 2 armor sets, both regular Living Arkveld and Guardian Arkveld. So this is going to be a rare instance where an Arch-Tempered monster, in theory you would assume, gives us 2 separate Gamma armor sets, updating both of them, which is really exciting because that's 2 more full sets to get Lord Soul, both of which are really strong sets, especially with buffed Flayer, and that's going to produce some really interesting little meta shakeups right at the end to finally get in preparation for Master Rank. So that's, in theory, really exciting. And obviously with it being the final Arch-Tempered, and with it being Arkveld, and him having a Guardian as well as a not Guardian, who knows what they might actually do with the fight. It might be the most expansive Arch-Tempered yet, if they really go all out as the final big boom of base high rank wilds. In any case then, we've also got some more advanced quests on the way, which I am really excited about. We've got the final maps that need them, the iceshard cliffs and wyveria, and you've got some lovely potential trios there. I really enjoy the big lots of monsters hard hunts, like the triple tempered elders on the recess back in base world, so this is really cool to see, but I hope it is more than just 2 advanced quests, 1 for each of the remaining maps, and we just get more combinations on more of the maps, because they really do add a lot, at least for me. And of course, not to forget the mighty various improvements, which I'm sure will improve various things. Obviously, that's hard to tell. I mean, part of that will be even more performance updates, because they said they will do any more that is needed, even after this one, so that's good to look forward to. But of course, there'll be various fixes or changes. I doubt there'll be any, like, major weapon stuff, because it would be on the roadmap, but hey, who knows? All that we do know is that, again, various things will be improved. Then two big little things, I think is the best way to say it. Of course, we've got the Stories 3 collab. Stories 3 is kind of getting close, just over a month, which is really, really exciting. And we're going to get a collab for that in-game. And outside of the rewards, which, you know, will be cute skins, we will presumably be getting them via an event quest. And if it's an event quest tied to a Stories collab, this is their opportunity to do something funky with that event quest, which I hope does actually happen, so that's very cool. And then, of course, we have the design contest winners, Shatterseal, the Great Sword. It's on its way. The most exciting thing about this is every little unique weapon like this that has been added via event quests and such has had a unique skill on it. And given what Shatterseal is, please let it just be a skill that shatters dimensions and one-shots monsters. I think that's only fair for us Greatsword users. But in any case, I can't wait to see the actual stats on this thing, but irrelevant of that, layered weapons means that it's just happening forever, and everyone's going to be using it, and I cannot wait. And of course, the pendant will be on its way too, but again, it will have to unlock in an event quest, presumably, so again, that's another really fun potential event quest to actually unlock the design contest winner. So that's a real nice parcel of stuff to do already. But remember how I said that there might be something else going on? Well, it's time to put on my little theory hat and have a little theory chat. We have a look at the event quest schedule. We have, of course, this week's event quests. We have the Llalas and Toads and Bears Oh My for the Catspore, the Sword and Shield. All is well and good, the current 9-star monster that's happening, a few of the extra rotating in, the various championship quests, that's all nice, right? And then the permanent stuff like the Arch-Tempered, like Omega, etc. We go to next week, and similar story. We then rotate to 9-star Jarakan, which is cool, getting him back round, though I still want more new 9-stars. Please, 9-stars, woo! In any case, we get the last week of Lala and Toads and Bears Oh My, so you've got another chance to get that new fun Sword and Shield, steal from monsters. Really great. And again, the event quests look pretty normal. But if we go to the week literally before the final update with Arch-Tempered Arkveld, well, we keep the challenge quest, we keep the permanent quest. That makes sense, that's nothing to go on. But the actual limited event quest for the week is a single event quest that's a repeat that's Congalala Cravings for Drool Shrooms. And this is a little bit suspect, because this has never happened ever. And I know because I tell you guys all the worthwhile event quests every single week, and I have done since the game launched. So I've got a pretty good idea for the pattern of event quests here. So seeing just this, and a week before Arch-Tempered Arkveld comes out, makes me think that this is somewhat of a placeholder, or at least it's missing some certain event quests being added to it. And what would that be a week before a new Arch-Tempered monster? Well, what usually happens a week before a new Arch-Tempered monster? A festival. Yes. I think there is a non-zero chance that we're going to get a surprise festival at the week before Arch-Tempered Arkveld. And you might be thinking, well, okay, I can kind of see that, but we've had the 4 seasons. That's done, right? We're just waiting for spring to roll round. Well, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, especially if you've played World and Iceborne, which you probably have. We had the Appreciation Fest in World and the Grand Appreciation Fest in Iceborne. These were essentially the 5th festival that was just a celebration of the game, and it happened around a year after release as the 5th festival. And we are now approaching around a year after release, which is crazy to say, and it's not unreasonable to expect, given that Wilds is directly, you know, the game after World in that sense, because it's not a, you know, a portable like Risebreak, that they would follow the same cycle. Spring Festival, Summer Festival, Autumn Festival, Winter Festival, and then Appreciation Festival, Celebration Festival, a 5th festival not themed to a season, but to just Monster Hunter and having a good time in Monster Hunter. and it kind of makes sense for the rotation. You have an appreciation fest in February, you have a spring fest in like May, you have a summer festival in July, you have a autumn festival in October and a winter festival in December, and that just rotates and that nicely spreads out the year. So what if the pattern is repeating, we're going to get that 5th festival, that's why the event quests are looking a little bit weirdly barren because it's not announced yet, and it also then explains with the timeline that it's a week before an Arch-Tempered, which is usually when a festival happens. I think all of that lines up quite well. Which means we get one final go at a new, well, festival armor set, a new returning festival armor set, probably the white suit, which would be really cool, and a slew of new event quests to do and keep doing for a while yet. Because it is the final event quest package, if this happens, that'll probably stretch until, I don't know, like March or something, you know, new random fun things as we do. That's kind of where I'm going with this and what I feel is a real possibility. Obviously, I could be completely wrong, even though it does kind of line up, and we're just getting, you know, a bit of Congalala action the week before, you know, just a real low before the high that is Arch-Tempered Arkveld. But I think a festival to encapsulate the, well, cherry on top of Wilds would kind of, you know, be fitting, and there is precedent for it, both in its timing and in previous games. So that's my food for thought for you guys, and I'd love to know what you think. Before the day this is going up, it gets officially announced before this video goes up, and I'm gonna look really, really sad. In any case, let me know, and for now, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.